If you do what is hard, life will be easy. If you do what is easy, life will be hard. Let me say it again. Just take this in. If you do what is hard, life will be easy. But if you do what is easy, life will be hard. Just think about that for a moment. It's actually one of my favorite quotes by a guy called Les Brown in the US. And when I first heard that, it paired in with the quotes, so to speak, that they taught us when I was in the army. And in the army, it was like, you know, if it's hard to do, it's all the more reason to do it. And it was like, get in and get the hard stuff done first, because then the rest of your day is easy. But I really enjoy the way that Les formed these words. If you do what is hard, life will be easy. If you do what is easy, life will be hard. So of course, I'm going to relate this back to surfing, because everything in my life relates back to surfing at the moment. But see if you get it, because there's so much in that quote that can be impacting your life and you're not even realizing it, because maybe you're taking the easy path. So why do we want to take the easy way out first? Well, because it's easier. Pretty simple. If I've got like easy and hard, my brain defaults going, ooh, do the easy one, Jen. But I know from my experience, my 60 years on this planet, that when I've really gone for the easy cut corners kind of version or anything like that, it hasn't necessarily brought me the same result that I wanted to, that I was looking for. So if I think about surfing, so when you surf, initially you start off and you're what we call a whitewash warrior. I hide in what I call kiddie corner. So kiddie corner is that safe part where the waves have already broken. The pure momentum of that white water pushes you along. So you don't have to paddle as much and things. And it's a bit rocky when you get up, but you can generally get up. That's it. Now, the next stage in surfing is to go to be able to ride what's called green waves. And I've talked about these in previous episodes, but a green wave is an unbroken wave. So with an unbroken wave, you don't have the momentum of the water. You're actually relying with being positioned in the right place, which you do by paddling, to let gravity help play the game, like literally to ride down the surface of the wave. And then you're doing all the things that have to happen to make surfing happen. So to progress, at some stage, it's that big girl pants moment. And I, without a doubt, I picked the surf. I'm comfortable in what's called a 1 to 2 foot kind of wave, which is up to like a waist height kind of wave, because waves are measured from the back. So when you've got, you know, like 3 or 4 foot of water over your head, your brain's going, oh, that's a big. Well, mine does anyway. So anyway, I digress. But at some stage, yeah, the easy thing is to stay in kiddie corners, like catch waves and go, woo, this is fun. The hard part is to find the courage and to build the strength to paddle out back through all the breaking waves, get out the back where it's calm, and then do what I've found at different times to be the scary part, to actually, you know, basically do a push-up going downhill at 20 k's an hour, which is what you're doing to get up onto a surfboard. But it has to happen at some stage. Now, staying in kiddie corner and getting lots of experience there in the whitewash, awesome. You know, you're building all those pop-up skills, means you can get up on the surfboard faster and that. But it's a very different ride to being out back. And what I've learned, again, if you do the easy path now, well, then life's hard. If I stay in kiddie corner too long, which I well and truly did for the first few years that I was surfing, without even thinking about going out back. Nowadays, I'll go out back when the surf is my size. If it is, I'm not silly. If it's way too big for me, well, I don't. I absolutely go out back nowadays on the days, you know, that it's possible for me. And I'll stretch to if it's that in-between kind of stage. The thing that's made the difference for me is two things. One is that I've surrounded myself. You know, there's a tribe of us women on the Gold Coast who surf, and I've totally surrounded myself. We call ourselves the Surf Witches, and there's over 2,000 of us as I release this episode. But we're all, when we're in the water, it's like, we cheer each other on and you feel like a legend. And it's just like, yeah, I believe I can do this. I can do it. And I'm gathering all the evidence that it's possible for me to do it, to do those harder steps sooner than later, because I've got people cheering me on and I can see that others have gone before me. So I've had to develop my mindset and even my communication skills to ask for help and all those kind of things. But one of the biggest things with it is that I surround myself, and Les Brown talks about surrounding yourself with OQP. OQP are only quality people. Now, success isn't for everyone in everything in life. Some people are going to get to that, it's too hard stage. And I've done it too in different areas and gone, nah, I give up. It's not for me. But whatever it is, at some stage, we've got to get that breakthrough, and surrounding ourselves with those only quality people will help you move there faster, to be able to do the harder things faster so that you can have an easier life now instead of getting frustrated and struggling, for too long. The other part of the saying is that you must be willing to do the things today that others won't do in order to have the things tomorrow others won't have. And so part of that, I think of, it is winter here at the moment at the Gold Coast. And this morning, the air temperature was 5 degrees. So when you add in water, yes, the water is warmer than 5 degrees, but then you've got a southerly wind, which for us it's from the snow down south. So you've got a wind chill water in a 5-degree morning. It was bloody cold. It really was. But I made the commitment. I was encouraged by some of my tribe the last couple of years to actually surf through winter as well. The first few years when I started to learn to surf, I only surf summer because I don't like the cold. I'm a person who will run from putting myself in cold situations. Really, I'm not that person. I'm a Queenslander. I've grown up in the subtropics, lived in the tropics for 18 years. I lived in North Queensland. I like the heat. The thing is, if I surf just the warmer months down here, which is 4 to 6 months where it's comfortably warm, I miss 4 to 6 months of surfing time. And that lack of consistency absolutely impacts my growth in surfing. And so the quote, you must be willing to do the things today others won't do. I have so many of my surfing mates who won't surf in winter. They only surf, the conditions that they really enjoy. But to have the things that I want, in the future sooner, well, I've got to get uncomfortable and do it. Well, I choose to get uncomfortable and do it. And so it's been a real conscious thing the last couple of years that I winter surf as well. And I've talked about in previous episodes how I made the commitment that I surf 5 to 6 mornings a week for sunrise, subject closed. I made the decision once and I live into that. Now that's all cool, but that means I also surf all year round, including really cold days. Now it's like if you've got a Band-Aid on, the warm months are easy to surf in, totally. But on a cold day, I swear, it's like ripping off a Band-Aid. Oh, it's like I just have to go, I'm in. Like I've got to rip that Band-Aid off really fast and get in there. I've got to do that really hard thing now so I can get the result that I want sooner than later. And that's how I do it. And so when I first saw that saying, it was like, oh, I get it, but so many people will go, I don't know. No, too hard. Don't want to do it. Okay, cool. That's their choice. And the thing that decides if we're going to do it is the urgency is that the factor to us really becoming successful. You've got to rip the Band-Aid off. You just go, I'm doing it. I'm out. Go. That's it. Benjamin Franklin said, don't put off tomorrow. I love quotes, by the way, but Benjamin Franklin said, don't put off tomorrow what you can do today. And I agree. If I said, like I did in my early days, I just surf in warm weather, well, that's great. My surfing has advanced so much more, and particularly since lockdown as well, because I'm not surfing in between all of my traveling trips I usually do as a speaker. My surfing's gotten better, faster, and I'm really grateful for that. But I've had to just rip that Band-Aid off and surf all through winter as well to get to where I'm at. So I share this with you today, that if you do what is hard, life will be easy. I promise. And I've talked about it in previous episodes. You got a to-do list for the day. Knock off the 3 hard ones first. The rest of the day is easy. That's it. I live by this, because if you do what's easy now, life will be harder later. It's a way of being I took on when I heard these quotes so many years ago now, and they've really worked for me. So I leave you with a couple of simple, healthy life hacks. 1, what have you been looking for that easy path with? That maybe it's worth doing the hard part first to get the easy life later on. Number two is, if you're not getting what you want, focus on why you want to do it, why you want that end goal, and then surround yourself with OQP, only quality people, and make it happen. I choose, so importantly, the people that I hang with, because I know the influence they have on my life. I choose to hang with only quality people. You might too. Just thought I'd throw this out here for something different today. It's been a very powerful impact on my life if I reflect back across so many areas of my life, personal life, business, relationships, everything. It's a way of being that really works. So if you want to get the show notes, head over to www.healthylifehacks.com.au.